Well, Bob, I'm looking forward to talking with you a little bit about your background. I know that you've been in the business for what, 35 years or so, being in this industry, just about. And so the first question that I've got for you is, you must really love this. Why are you in this industry?
Well, yeah, I do love it, and I'm fortunate to be in a field that I really like. Not everyone gets that opportunity, and I was able to combine kind of my love of sport and physical activity with my love of psychology.
Nice. So when was the kind of the first realization that, oh, hey, sports psychology, the field of mental training, really might be something that you could have a whole career around?
Well, it probably wasn't until somewhere in my doctoral program.
Was it UCLA? Is that where that was?
Yeah, I was at UCLA, and there was really no such field when I was going to undergraduate and even getting my master's. I got a couple of masters, but it was after that they started to hire people in sports psychology, and I thought it was even a place that I could earn a living. I could do that kind of thing. So so it wasn't until I was in a kind of a doctoral program, and I read also this book that most people don't know called The Madness in Sport by an individual named Arnold Beiser, who was a Junior Davis Cup tennis player, in fact, and but then was paralyzed and became a psychiatrist and wrote a book called The Madness in Sport, where he interviewed these individuals who were athletes and had some kind of psychological problem. They just called them like the golfer or the tennis player, and I found that fascinating, all the psychological stuff with all this performance stuff.
Well, amazing. So, were you an athlete yourself? Did you play sports when you were younger?
Yeah, I did. I guess using the word loosely, but I did play a lot of sports: basketball, football, and tennis. I played at the varsity level, either at high school and college, and coached at high school and college in all three of those sports. And I was always a sport person from as far as I can remember.
Nice. Yeah, I know that you've we've had many conversations, and I've always been amazed at your understanding of so many different sports. And I would think that over a career like yours, that you've had an opportunity to work with athletes in just about every sport there is.
Yeah, most sports. In fact, when I was in Texas, one of the sports, one of the individuals I worked with, his sport was cutting horse. Now, do you know what cutting horse is?
Not so much. No.
Yeah, well, basically, there's a lot of money involved in it. And here in Texas, it was a matter of actually having a herd and cutting a cow or a horse from a herd and identifying that and having that one there, and then you can win a lot of money. And they would say they would get nervous when there would be 3 horses left, or the horse would get nervous and it would translate to them, or vice versa. And anyway, so that, yeah, there is a wide range.
So you were working with some horses too. Okay, that's good. I didn't realize that. So as you're getting into this field, and you have your Ph.D. from UCLA, and you become a faculty member at where? Where did you start?
University of North Texas, in Denton, which is kind of outside of Dallas.
So just north of where we are right now, recording, and so just kind of give a bit of a synopsis then of what's happened then since that first faculty position that you've taken, kind of up until now. I mean, that's a long, a lot of stuff that you've accomplished, but just maybe some highlights.
Well, of my highlights, or the highlights of the field? Yeah,
well, they kind of go hand in hand a little bit, but your highlights, the things that you've been able to, the things that you're proud of that you've been able to accomplish.
Well, yeah, as you said, I was a faculty member here at the University of North Texas for 14 years, and the first number of years I had lots of publications as the field was trying to grow and trying to develop a knowledge base. So basically we went in and did a lot of research, a lot of laboratory type research, etc. And that's what really, there wasn't a lot of people working with athletes, like in applied sports psychology. You couldn't, you didn't find many professional athletes, Olympians, or regular athletes working with sports psychologists, because we were still trying to build a field, kind of thing. And after 14 years in North Texas, I went to Miami University of Ohio to be the chair, and continue. So I did a lot of administration there, but then I also stepped down after a number of years and continued to do my research and writing. And during that time, in the, sort of the 80s, 90s, and into now, people started to get more interested in applied sports psychology. I started to work more with athletes, with coaches, with teams, but also staying with the academic side. We have probably the most popular textbook in the world, Foundation of Sport and Exercise Psychology. Myself and Dr. Dan Gould have done that. Well, I may be most proud of, a number of years ago, my colleagues voted me one of the top 10 sports psychologists in North America, and getting that from your colleagues is always really nice.
Yeah, yeah, that was one of the reasons why I actually reached out to you way back then, because I'm thinking, well, might as well go to the top, and start there, and so been really it's been very nice getting to know you over those years, but also I'm very happy that you're part of Mental Training Inc. and especially part of Online Mental Trainer. Your wisdom and experience is really invaluable.
Well, I appreciate that, and I try to always stay consistent to a good academic side. So when you do mental training, you have kind of a reason for doing it. You have data, theories, or something behind it. Because I've worked with little kids from 9, 10 years old up to Olympic gold medalists and anywhere in between. And a lot of people are trying to do that now, but hopefully people have a strong research background in saying, we're doing this because it works. It's doing this because it seems to be effective, and not just doing it because I can make some money at it.
Well, again, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.